Okay, it is 4 something. I got up and I couldn't get back to sleep, so I figured let me eat something and whatever. So this morning I want to make a French omelet. A French omelet is different from like a regular omelet that you would make at home, unless you make French omelets at home, or a regular omelet that you would get at the diner. A French omelet has to come out soft and creamy on the inside, and the color of it when you're done, it's either like a pale yellow or very light white color. So yeah, let me show you how I make a French omelet and the tools you're gonna need to make one. All right, of course I got a couple 3 eggs, some butter, nice amount of butter. I'm gonna go with some pepper, some salt, some pepper, and some parsley, dry parsley. Of course, if it was fresh, it'd be way better. A traditional French omelet, I believe the herbs that it'll take is parsley and like chive, but I don't have none. So we're gonna deal with just this dry parsley. Usually, I'm going to beat the eggs with this fork in this bowl, but usually if you have a nice, maybe a silicone or a wooden spoon or wooden fork, maybe it'll help, because I have this new non-stick pan that I'm going to use for this omelet, and I don't want to ruin it, but what I'm going to do is use this silicone little spatula instead of this fork when I move the egg in the pan. Okay, you need a nice non-stick pan. A good omelet pan is expensive. That is not an omelet pan. This is a regular ceramic non-stick that I just bought the other day. So I mean, we're gonna do the best we can. So before I do it, I want to describe it to you again. I'm gonna get the butter in the pan, and when I'm ready to pour the eggs in, I am going to ready myself to not let it sit too long in the pan. And I'm going to move the mixture around and create something that's different than a traditional omelet. All right, let's get to putting this together. All right, let's get to the eggs. What you want to do is, when you make any sort of egg dish, you want to crack the egg on something flat and not here on the edge of a bowl, because this will put the shell in, and you're gonna spend 20 minutes trying to get the piece of shell out of the bowl there, out of your mixing bowl. So 3 eggs. Notice the brown egg and the white egg is the same on the inside. There's a lesson there somewhere for all of us. All right. Let me put in my dash of salt. Dash of black pepper, and a pinch of this here parsley. Unfortunately, I don't have the other herbs. It'd be nice to have them, but ain't got no money, baby. I'm gonna stab each yolk, not because I'm violent, but to get it nicely mixed. My mom taught me back in the day to take that little squiggly white thing out. But for the purposes of this demonstration, I ain't going to take it out. Actually, no, I am going to take it out, because that's what mommy told me. Alright, I'm going to spend 20 minutes trying to get the others. If you want to take that thing out, you stab it and twist, and it should come right out. Otherwise, here we go. Alright. Okay. Now, we're going to scramble it, but when you beat an egg, you got to make sure that you don't just do this. You got to get in there, because you want to mix the white with the yellow, the yolk. And if you're just doing this, if you're just like mixing it like this, it's not going to properly... As a matter of fact, when you go to a diner and you order an omelet and there's streaks of white, it's because whoever cooked it cracked the eggs and went like this. You gotta be violent with it. Alright, so there's that. let's go on to the pan here. I'm seasoning this pan, or I've seasoned it. Let's get to what it should be like. All right, I'm very happy with this new pan because it's been on heat here and it hasn't smoked, which means it's good quality. All right, so you're gonna get your butter melted. Sorry for the weird camera angle. A little piece, another piece. I'm gonna get the edges buttered too. And now, I don't want the butter to sit here too long because I don't want to brown it. And again, describing what I'm going to do is I'm not going to let the eggs sit in one position. I'm going to pour, you know what, why not? Another piece, why not? I'm going to pour the eggs in and keep them continually moving in the pan. Usually you would do that with a fork. You're going to grab your handle, shake the pan, and shake the fork, all right, the bowl of the fork. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to do it with this silicone brush. It may not work out the same way. It's a new pan, and well, let's see. It may work out better than we think. All right. Look at the heat here real quick. All right, it's on like a low medium or medium low. I'm going to put it up closer to medium now. Not by much. Okay, I'm going to pour the eggs right in. Okay. Come on. I don't want it to sit there too long. Okay. And now, let me get it a little higher, medium. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to mix disperse the heat. See, it's wet, but it's cooking. Okay. Cover up those holes there. And now, okay. We're gonna move it toward here. If you want it a little more done, you can just leave it on the heat a little more. Then you're gonna move it toward the end of the pan. That's still wet there. People like it that way. Again, if you want it more cooked, just, you know, leave it a little longer. Turn the gas off, the stove off. Okay, now I'm going to flip this around. Get it to the edge there. Flip this down. Okay. If you want to put a little more butter here for flavor, that's fine. Or at this point, if you want to stuff it with something, onions or mushrooms or something, you put it here in this little opening. And now you get a plate. There we go. And you invert it there on your plate. Let me straighten it out a little bit. Okay. Let me reposition the camera on this. Alright, so here we have a nice French omelet. You notice that it's like a golden pale yellow. Alright? I have a little indentation there that shouldn't be. My technique is not 100% yet. But it's different than a traditional omelet. When you cut it in, when you cut into it, you should see that the inside of it is like soft and creamy. And no, that's not raw egg. You could serve this with whatever you like. So that is how you make a French omelet.
All right.